wrestling fans, and welcome to this edition of the International Wrestling Alliance Back Alley Brawl. You just heard the official announcement coming down to the ring, none other than Logan Caine. We haven't seen Mr. Caine here on IWA Pro Wrestling in quite some time. However, we have seen him in the past. He's always proven to be quite a capable competitor inside this squared circle. And today here on Championship Wrestling, you can see Logan Caine squaring off against a member of the new breed, that being Damien Kass. And I think you're going to see this is a matchup of two of the top light heavyweights that we have presently in the IWA. You can see Mr. Caine making his way to ringside here. Very colorful individual, very cocky, very full of himself, as is Damien Kass. So this match ought to be real intriguing, if nothing else. Kass having a word of wisdom, if you will, one of our cameramen. Well, Kass got the mic, or excuse me, Caine has the mic.
Don't turn it off, I want some ambiance. Every one of you people should feel really, really lucky that I'm coming out here and entertaining you tonight. Hey, and for all you guys out there, I got one word for your girlfriends.
Well, Caine apparently been watching Chris Jericho too much. Whipple gets ready here to make the introduction for Damien Kass from the new breed.
Weighing in at 210 pounds from San Diego, California, he is a member of the new breed. Here is Damien Kass.
Wrestling fans, I want to thank you for checking out today Back Alley Brawl, official show of the International Wrestling Alliance. We got some great action coming up for you here in this half hour, the fastest half hour in professional sports, IWA Pro Wrestling. First, this match between Kass and Caine. Things are going to prove to be quite exciting. Later on in the program, we have an IWA World Tag Team Championship match between the champions, the Suicide Solution, and the Riot Squad contingency of Maniac Mark and Shank Dorsey, that being for the IWA World Tag Team Championship. And also, right up after this match, we're going to have a special look, if you will, at some very fine youngsters who are part of the Pro Kids Wrestling organization, which is
Get back there, Weather Johnson.
Pro Kids Wrestling, something that's sponsored by the IWA, allows youngsters ages 8 through 18 to step into the ring and actually learn this pro style of professional wrestling, unlike the collegiate wrestling. The fans here in attendance having a few words for Logan Caine, and Caine's apparently not too happy about it. I'm not going to repeat what the fans were chanting. And all you station managers out there, I want to point out that we here in the IWA cannot control the fans who attend our TV tapings. Okay, Caine and Kass lock up collar and elbow. It's an arm wringer by Caine, Logan Caine. For those of you who are not too familiar with Logan Caine, he's been around for a couple years now. However, he has a wealth of professional wrestling experience. He's actually the younger brother of WWF superstar Al Snow. So came from a wrestling family, to be sure. Damien Kass, a member of the new breed, along with the IWA heavyweight champion Marcus Dillon, and of course Too Cool Trevor Lowe. Reversed that arm wringer, sent Caine down to the canvas, dropped the leg. Now, Caine going for the safety, the security, if you will, of our referee, Bud Hattery. The name of the game is wrestling, not hide and seek. Slapped by Kass. Sending a foot to the bread basket. Now the referee's going to have to break this up. This is obviously a chokehold. Damien Kass had that foot planted squarely on the throat of Mr. Caine. Ain't exactly sure what Kass is calling here for. Caine's offering his hand and a token of, I guess, sportsmanship here. I don't know if I trust him. Cheap shot goes straight to the eyes of Damien Kass. Followed up with some rough maneuvers here. Kick, a few punches. Better follow up on the lead now that you got it. Drops that leg. Wrestling fans, the IWA, of course, is the Midwest-owned, homegrown Major League Professional Wrestling organization. We're not some touring company from the north or from the south. We're the Midwest-owned, and we're bringing you some great professional wrestling, just like you're seeing right here in this opening contest. Logan Caine. Got a lot of people talking about this youngster, Mr. Caine, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of our competitors from the north or the south might not be checking out Logan Caine even as we speak for a possible stint in their organization. However, right now we here at the IWA do have him. We're quite pleased with that, even though I'm sure Caine ain't too pleased with that sequence of events we just seen as his groin region came into contact with that metal pole. Across the ring goes Caine. Kass hits him with a lariat. Drops for the pin. Count of one, count of two, and that's all he's going to get. Caine able to get that shoulder off. Logan Caine doesn't talk too much about his family ties, if you will. I'm sure he's very proud of his brother Al Snow, who's been a superstar in both ECW and the WWF. But Caine's out there. He's trying to make it on his own. It's something you've got to give him a lot of credit for. He's taking the hard way, stepping into the ring with Damien Kass. Kass is no stepping stone for anyone. Unloads with a couple chops. Oh, one more vicious knife edge chop by Damien Caine. Referee's telling Caine, or by Damien Kass, telling Kass to get Caine out of the corner. Kass whipped him across, followed in with a stinger splash. And Caine hitting the canvas here.
5 minutes have expired this match, 5 minutes.
We heard the official announcement, 5 minutes is gone in this match as Damien Kass throws Caine outside of the ring. See the fans here ringside calling for something. Oh, flying body press by Damien Kass. While Caine's definitely trying to make his own mark here in the world of professional wrestling, he may have chose the wrong man here to make that mark against. Kass is capable of defeating just about anyone on any given night. Low blow by Caine. Two evenly matched men here. You see Caine set him up for something. Pulls him up and over that railing and down into a lower level of our floor here. You see the referees doling out the counter. Cameras trying to follow this action as these two individuals are getting further from the ring. And well, you just heard the bell. Apparently referee Bud Hattery has doled out the 10 count. Seems to be a little bit of confusion as to what's going on here. Logan Caine raising his arm in a token of victory. I don't see where he gets that.
Logan Caine.
Well, Mike Ripple, the ring announcer here, just gave us the official winners. Logan Caine.
Both men have been counted out. This match ends.
Oh no, there we go. Apparently referee Bud Hattery corrected our ring announcer, and he's saying both these individuals have been counted out of the ring. However, they're back in the ring now. It's a suplex by Logan Caine. Oh, God, wrestling fans. Kass ain't too happy. Damien Kass, he's trying to get a hold of Caine here. He's got a hold of his strap. Throws him back into the ring. Kass is obviously not finished fighting here. Caine obviously doesn't want anything else to do with it. He's able to somehow squeak out a victory here against Damien Kass in this opening match here. Well, what a way to start out this presentation of IWA Championship Wrestling. Matt Maniacs, don't go away. We're going to be back with more action right after this.
Look, we got all these bookings to do. We got Detroit the first night, then we got Chicago the next night. We got to be in New Orleans later on that week.
I know, Mike, but the Battens are going to be on one of those shows. They've got to fly them in from West Virginia. We've got to find some way to fit them in, get them for the show, but then we've got to fly them out.
Hey, you guys got some information for me.
You got to call Ringside Confidential to find out.
Come on, please.
Ringside Confidential to find out.
It's a free call. Call now.
Okay, man, Maniacs, you're watching the Back Alley Brawl, the official television show of the International Wrestling Alliance. The Back Alley Brawl is taped each and every Sunday at the IWA Television Studios in Columbus, Ohio, located at 1333 West 5th Avenue. If you're enjoying all this crazy, wild, insane man action, we want to see you at the next IWA television tapings. Okay, wrestling fans, and welcome back to Championship Wrestling. No, you are not taking a look at the mighty midgets of the mat. What you are taking a look at is a demonstration of pro kids wrestling. We get so many phone calls concerning the kids at the IWA headquarters that we thought we'd take this opportunity to introduce you formally to the Pro Kids Wrestling organization. Of course, Pro Kids Wrestling is something that the IWA sponsors. It's for youngsters ages 8 through 18. And we actually train them in the professional style of wrestling, not the Greco-Roman or collegiate amateur style, but the professional style of wrestling. I want to point out that these kids are not pro wrestlers. They do not get paid for doing this. However, they do come out each and every Wednesday. Oh, the Ironman, who just hit that metal pole in an uncomfortable position, I assure. Certainly had a lot of wind taken out of him in that maneuver. This Pro Kids Wrestling is something that we get quite a few phone calls about, and we just want to take this opportunity to introduce you to it here on television during the IWA Pro Wrestling Show. These youngsters train up the IWA. Oh, wait, so we got a pin attempt here as Baleo the Giant had Damien covered, but was only able to get a 2 count. We want to take this opportunity to introduce you to some of these great wrestlers. They great future wrestlers, maybe. They train up at the IWA Wrestling School here in Columbus, Ohio at 1333 West 5th Avenue. Each and every Wednesday, they learn the ins and outs of the pro wrestling game, from headlocks to leg locks to arm bars, the takedowns, the reversals, and pretty much the same thing that the big boys learn. And they actually live for the final Sunday of every month, where they get an opportunity to step into the ring in front of an audience up at the IWA Wrestling Gym and display their wares. For those of you who are interested, you'd like to maybe check out the Pro Kids Wrestling. Right now, I understand there's going to be a change in the near future, but right now they have their show the final Sunday of every month at 4 p.m. Doors open at 3:30, and I know the youngsters who work real hard at this would certainly like an audience there to demonstrate their wares by. So we, on behalf of the youngsters here, and What Fire by Damien, would like to cordially invite you to come out and check out Pro Kids Wrestling. Once again, that's 1333 West 5th Avenue. It's going to be a fun and exciting time each and every time the kids take the mat, I can guarantee you that. Also, these youngsters get the opportunity from time to time to put on demonstrations, such as you're seeing right now at regular IWA wrestling events. So, a very intriguing program. And like I say, we got a reversal by Killer Kyle. Hip toss. Killer Kyle dropping the knee on Damien. Like I said, a very intriguing program, and there's free tryouts for anyone ages 8 through 18 who would like to, up 8 to 18, if you'd like to try your hand at Pro Kids Wrestling, certainly give the IWA a call and arrange a free tryout for yourself, or if you're a parent out there watching, you might want to arrange it for Junior. Killer Kyle trying his best to put away Damien without much success. You can see on the left-hand corner of your screen, that's the Ironman, and on the upper right-hand corner, Baleo the Giant. The referee, clothesline by Damien. The referee for this contest is Pro Kids referee Little Tank, and of course Tank got that name because he is a big fan of the IWA pro wrestler Sherman Tank. And also participating, if you will, in this matchup is Killer Kyle's personal valet, the lovely and talented Miss Lacey. You might see her circulating around ringside. And oh, wait a second, we got the People's Elbow by the Ironman. All these pro kid wrestlers, they're so innovative in what they do. Of course, we trained them up at the IWA Wrestling School in the basics, but they add so much more color to what we try to teach them. Matter of fact, with some of them, we're like pulling them off that top turnbuckle right from day one. Rocket Dropper by Damien. You can see Miss Lacey quite worried as her charge. Killer Kyle definitely in trouble here. And tempers do fly when these kids take the ring. They really want to prove themselves here. They really try their best to emerge victorious. And we just wanted to give you this very special presentation, a sneak peek, if you will, of Pro Kids Wrestling. And what do we got here? Up and down he goes. Wrestling fans, don't go away. We're going to be back with more IWA Championship Wrestling action. The big tag team main event right after this. Hey, boys and girls, ages 8 through 18, this is your opportunity to become part of the fun and exciting world of big-time professional wrestling. Learn the holds and the counter holds of professional wrestling. Be seen on local television and amaze all your school friends. Don't miss this big opportunity. Call today for an absolutely free pro wrestling tryout. Men and women, all shapes and sizes, this is your opportunity to become part of the fun and exciting world of big-time professional wrestling. The International Wrestling Alliance, Ohio's own homegrown Major League Professional Wrestling organization, is offering you this unique opportunity. Call today for an absolutely free tryout. Okay, wrestling fans, and welcome back to our main event here on today's presentation of Championship Wrestling, the tag team title match between Suicide Solution, that being Dan Devers and Biohazard, and the Riot Squad contingency, Maniac Mark and Shank Dorsey. You can see this match is already underway, and in the opening moment of this contest, it has been all in favor of Suicide Solution, as they have Shank Dorsey, and they're really working him over.
Are you blind?
Well, what can we say? Shank Dorsey, Maniac Mark, the Riot Squad, Biohazard Devers, they're all rough, tough individuals. They're all very tough men. They're all what you may call rule breakers in that square circle. Clothesline by Dorsey, hits a spinning leg drop, and this match promises to be nothing but mayhem. I want to point out, if you're a regular viewer of some other wrestling organizations, unlike the one to the north and the one to the south of us, the IWA delivers when we promise you a big main event such as this here with the tag team championship on the line. Maniac Mark has that chin lock on Biohazard. Wrestling fans, I also want to remind you that next week on Community 21, there will be no IWA Championship Wrestling, as they are having, so there's Wimpy Watson choking out Biohazard, and you always got to watch the Weasel when he's at ringside. And fortunately, the referee didn't catch any of it. There will be no pro wrestling next week on Community Channel 21 here in Columbus, Ohio, as they are having special programming week. However, IWA will be returning the following week at a new time, that being Saturday at 3:30, and a special new 1-hour format. There's just so much going on here in the IWA, so many great competitors, so many great matches. We're just trying to bring you more and more of this great pro wrestling action, and the people, the kind people up there at Community 21 agreed with us, and they're giving us a full hour to showcase some of these great pro wrestlers, such as the Riot Squad and the Suicide Solution, the New Breed, Marcus Dillon, Power Team USA, whole host of others. And we want to thank the people there in Community 21. Right now you can see Dorsey unloading with some heavy artillery. And Big Dan Devers flips him over to the canvas, drops the leg. Referee counts 1, 2, and that's all he's going to get. Devers is able to get his shoulder up off the canvas. The 1-hour format, wrestling fans, just part of some of the things we got coming in store for you. The IWA really turning the notch up a little, trying to bring you better product, better pro wrestling action. You can see some of the results already. For those of you who've been watching the IWA program for a little while, it's Dorsey slapping on the Dorsey horsey, which a very humiliating little tactic that Shank Dorsey likes to use. In comes Maniac Mark, and the Maniac and Dorsey working over Devers here. Of course, if you're Suicide Solution, not only do you got to worry about your opponents, you got to worry about their manager, the Weasel, Wimpy Watson out there. You also have to worry about the fellow members of the Riot Squad, that being Chief Don Yellowfish and Wild Bull Miller, who I believe are somewhere in this building here tonight. And certainly would not be above interjecting themselves into this match if they see their fellow Riot Squad members in the need of a little help. However, right now, the loose cannon of the IWA, Big Maniac Mark, in control of this situation as he snap suplex Devers over. Maniac working over that leg, drops an elbow. Really cinching up, putting a lot of pressure on that ankle of Devers. There you see the tag, and in comes Shank Dorsey. Dorsey going right back to work on that leg of Devers. Stomps, picks Devers up off the canvas. Backs him into the ropes, whips him across. Misses with the clothesline. Devers comes over, gets this flying body splash. Count of 1, count of 2, and that's all he gets as Dorsey's able to kick out. What a day of IWA Pro Wrestling we've had here so far. I said it before, it's the fastest half hour in professional sports. Suicide Solution now taking over. Devers snapmares Dorsey over. Low drop kick by Biohazard. Biohazard dropping the elbow on Dorsey. Once again, wrestling fans, I do want to remind you, do not forget, no pro wrestling next week on Community Access 21. Drop of a leg by Biohazard. However, the following week, we will be moving to Saturday evenings at 3:30 p.m. for a full hour of IWA Championship Wrestling action. I know I can't wait. I know all the wrestling fans in the Columbus region have been, wait a second, it's the Suicide Note put on by the Suicide Solution, and that's got to be it for Shank Dorsey. You can see Biohazard going for the cover. Where's the referee? Referee trying to get Devers out of the ring. And, oh my, there's Maniac Mark with Wimpy Watson's cane. You can see he hit oh, this is a travesty. Rolls Dorsey on top of him. Count of 3. Oh. Here's the official announcement. Referee Bud Hatter is going to give this match and the championship to the Riot Squad. Dorsey and Maniac Mark. You can see Wimpy Watson quickly getting those belts, and I can't believe this, wrestling fans. This is certainly a travesty here. Wait a second. Here's the owner, Chris Kass, and he's taking the belts away from the Riot Squad. He's taking the belts away.
Everybody in this building saw what you did. Give up the belts right now. You're not the winners. The Suicide Solution still the tag team champions.
Well, Chris Caine giving the belts back to the Suicide. Oh, we almost had a travesty of justice here, wrestling fans. I gotta apologize, having a little technical problem. The Riot Squad obviously cheated. That was the only way that well, I'm gonna say it's the only way they could beat Suicide Solution. These two teams are so evenly matched, but in this particular situation, it was the Riot Squad cheating to get the win. Luckily, the owner, Chris Cass, is there, saw what happened, and he's reversing the decision and giving the belts back to Suicide Solution. Maniac Mark, Wimpy Watson, Dorsey. arguing with the owner, I don't think it's going to do him any good. We all saw what happened. I think the owner was well within his rights to reverse the decision and give the belt back. Matter of fact, I think he did the only thing he could do.
People just shut your damn mouth for a minute. You know, I know as well for Shank, as well for me, and while I'm old enough, we won the titles a few months ago, and you come damn fake strong. You know what? You know what? If you're man enough, you get your ball ass in this way now. I tell you what, I don't even know what be wrestling. Guess I'm say, damn it. I paid for this microphone, so shut up. I'm not a wrestler. I own this company, and I pay the bills, and by God, I pay your checks, I sign your checks, and I pay yours. And I don't want to hear it. You've been doing it for weeks and months. Whippy, get your guys out of here, or I'm going to start laying out some fines. So get them out of here. Get them out right now.
Well, there you hear it. The owner telling the Riot Squad they got to vacate the premises. Wrestling fans, it's been quite a half-hour IWA Championship Wrestling. Don't forget, we will return on 2 weeks with more IWA Championship Wrestling action.